In the last video, we discussed about selecting four countries and showing the highest number of cases. So we click, and this is the final data frame that we have. And now we can be using a Matplotlib to show the plot. So I'm using my put plot. Okay. So as we know, we have four countries. Let's say my four countries using set operator. So these are my four countries. So I'm creating a color and assigning color for each countries. For that, I'm going to be creating a dictionary. So as we know, creating a dictionary starts with curly bracket. For Brazil, be giving the color red. For Sino, be giving green. Okay. And for the US, so let's see. So the color has been assigned. So I'm gonna be using both annotation and line plots. So for that, to show two plots, we can be using soft plots. So let's give not some plots. Now I'm going to be using for loop to define my label and header. So this is my table. So it should be grouped on the basis of each country. So this is going to be my country using. So let's print out my label. See what we have in my label. So yeah, so what this do is creates a plot. So if we this, so I have my figure. So this line create a figure. If we want to increase my figure size, we can even use this size. So let's say 11 by 10. So it's more bigger figure. So now I need to do group on basis of countries. So let's check what we have. So on label we have my four countries, and on div we have all the details. So the reason for doing a for loop is to show the plot basis on the basis of my country. So in order to do a group, we need to use a for loop, so that we're going to be fetching each rows. So div dot plot, right? I'm going to be using line. X will be 8. Y will be cases. This will be X. Level will be level, and color will be this one. So we know that the Brazil can be generated from label. So label shows the information for Brazil. So let's do that first. So in Brazil, we have created a dictionary. If there is a Brazil, then the color should be assigned to red. So this needs to be color. Okay. How we gonna get Brazil? We have that information in label, so we're gonna be using my label here. Let's click this. So here we see the plot. Keyboard. So there was a typo. We can see the plot, and now it's showing on the basis of my four countries. Now what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna add annotation for at this point and add it for my four countries. Let's add annotation. So let's use a color for annotation. Again, dictionary for that. So it's again this is my RO, this is my GO, this is my YO, and this is my PO. So I have created a color combination for annotation. So this has been assigned. So I need to add annotation at this point, specific points. So this point is for my latest month, 2020-06. So I need to define this coordinate here. So this is for the date 2020-06 and this point. So this coordinate I need to calculate first. So how can I do that is I need to take the maximum values. So this is my maximum values. So this is my maximum date. So let's take that. By country date max equals bracket date plus my x and y coordinate. So x coordinate is this. I need to have my annotation here at each point. So this is what I have taken the maximum of my data so that I can have my x and y plot. So now I'm going to be using another for loop, and I'm going to be cases zip. I'm going to be using zip so that I can retrieve all fields. Country, comma, the cases. So if I print country here, specific column, so we can see all my values. So uh, my x max will be date, and I need to convert this into to date. My max will be confirmed cases. So x dot date to country, comma, so my coordinate will be x max, comma, x. So x x max, comma, y max includes what y x max, comma, y max, comma, and this into equal combination for compressible. Um, yeah, here we go. So this is how we add annotation at the end of each point. So what we did is calculated the coordinate for this point, this point, this point, and this point, and added all the color combination. For suppose for Brazil, we added red color combination. Similarly, for other countries, we added the color combination. So from the diagram, we can say the trend for US seems to be drastically increasing, whereas the second highest COVID cases, confirmed cases, seems to be for Brazil, and then for Russia and Spain. So this is how we can add two or more than two countries in a single plot. In the next video, we're gonna be looking how to make this plot more attractive, and I'm going to be adding more plots, and that can include both pie chart and other plots. So that's it for today. If you have any question, please let me know. Thank you so much.